When I was a little kid,
Yeah.
I didn't have insecurities. You know, every child is free.
Yeah.
You know, the inner child.
Yeah.
You know how peaceful we were. Joyful, loving, no hater, no enemy, no problems, no worries. But when I start to know, when I start to accumulate knowledge, when I start to go to school, I start to have different beliefs on me. I start to feel like I'm unaware. But before I felt like I'm with. The problem isn't it not in accumulating more. That makes me feel unwell. Hello everyone, welcome to our podcast. You know the vibes, Who Am I podcasting. It's all about going inward, questioning reality, sharing perspectives on existence itself, and also diving deep in our own nature. So today I'm with Kelvin again, Mr. Kelvin. I prefer Pastor Kelvin actually. Is it good, Mr. Kelvin?
Yeah, I can call you brother.
Oh, not Pastor Kelvin.
Yeah, because I'm not yet in that position.
Oh, there are some levels. There is a brother, there is a pastor.
Yes, there's a brother, there's a pastor, there's a bishop, there's a prophet, there's a evangelist.
But isn't it the same, like the brother and the pastor?
It's not the same.
What's the difference? Is it the difference is
The calling.
Is the calling? Or the difference is not in knowing too much. Maybe a pastor knows too much more than you, then maybe then he's better than you.
I can be a brother, but no better than a pastor.
Or not a better than
Yeah,
pastor.
so meaning a pastor is a calling. They call you to be a pastor. A prophet, they call you to be a prophet.
So
Meaning a brother is not a calling. Actually, you are in that level of growing.
you are still growing.
Yeah.
You are
So
still
we call
growing there.
yes, we call a pastor someone who has a church already. And
So if I don't have a church, I'm not a pastor.
you're not a pastor.
So if I can just start, maybe I've got a certain knowledge, or maybe I have a calling, but I don't have a church yet. I don't have so much, but I'm willing to help people with what I've experienced, or with what I have got, or with what or maybe the downloads from God. So I'm not a pastor also. I don't have a church, but I have downloads. I have that knowledge.
To you, you will say I'm a pastor, but to other people, we won't see you as a pastor.
They'll see me as a brother.
Yeah, we will see you as a brother. But we don't mind calling you a pastor.
Yeah.
But the fruit will tell us who you are.
Oh, it depends on the fruits.
Yeah, so if you come to that conclusion of opening a church, you are having a members, even somebody who doesn't know you, they will say, oh, that one is the pastor.
So what if I have got a lot of money? So I just start right now saying no. Actually, I want to be a pastor. I don't have so much knowledge about the Bible. I don't have any downloads from God. But because I have money, I say no. I want to start a church.
Yes, you can.
And call people and invite people. Say, come to my church. I am a pastor. I have a church. Yes. Am I also a pastor because I started a church?
Yes, you are a pastor,
But I don't have a calling.
Yes.
Am I still a pastor?
Yes, you are a pastor, but you are a false pastor.
Oh, a false pastor.
Because you started that ministry without the calling, you are just doing it because you have your own power.
Oh. So it's a false.
Yeah, you are a false pastor.
Oh, how do you know that the pastor is the right pastor?
By a calling.
Like what do you mean by when he teaches? What do you mean like a calling? I don't get it. Because you might interpret it differently.
There are some people, they are born with talent.
Yeah, I get that one.
It's the same. It's not the same thing, but it's the same.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah. So it's a calling, something that you are born with.
Oh yeah, I get it. So if I start to preach and I'm flowing, I'm helping people, it's a calling.
It's a calling.
I get it.
Just like the talent is. Just like some, they are good on soccer. Some is a talent. Some they just know how to play. Some is a talent.
Some is a talent. Yeah. And for those who know, it's also their calling on soccer.
Yes, it may be a calling.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Maybe I'm good at running, maybe at soccer or different things. It's my calling.
Yes.
Okay. came with something interesting actually. Since you said there is a brother, there is a pastor, and there is a bishop. Do you think there is a difference? Like, do you think there is a difference between us?
Between those pastor,
okay, let me
bishop,
prophet.
prophet.
Yeah. Okay, let me just say you are a brother.
Yeah.
I am a pastor.
Yeah.
Do you think there is a difference between me and you?
Yeah.
What is
The
the difference?
difference is a pastor. Okay, let's say you are a pastor, I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
The difference is the message that I preach.
Or the message.
The message, how I preach it. But all they bring us back to God. It's the same message, but how I will preach it.
But on a deeper level, like, is there any difference? Not like in knowing too much, not in knowledge. Like, is there any difference between me and you? If I'm a pastor, you are a brother. Is there any difference beside knowledge?
The difference is the office that you are in.
Or actually the identities that you've accumulated.
Yes.
Or the names that you got.
The name. That's the,
that's the difference.
Yes.
But beside that, there is no difference.
There's no difference.
Or actually even me right now, there is no difference between me and you. The difference is just the identities that we have.
Yes.
The name and
the name. That's only the difference.
Oh, that's the difference. Yes. But on a deeper level, there is no difference.
There's no difference. Unless if you have another gift. You can have a gift, I may not have a gift. You may prophesy, I may not prophesy. That can be the difference.
But still, it is not a difference. It's only a difference from a human perspective, from a normal perspective.
Exactly.
But from a deeper level, I don't think there is a difference. Because I think there is just one.
Yes. Most of you are men of God at the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day. Because you might not maybe be good in everything, all of us. You see, we might have different talents.
Yes.
See, so it doesn't mean maybe if you are good at that, then I'm not good at this, then I'm not maybe I'm not good.
Yes.
At the deeper level, there is no difference.
There is no difference.
You see,
the difference is just the office. Or let me just explain a little bit, maybe you can understand. There is an apostle and there is a prophet. And there is evangelized. Evangelized are those pastors who preach on the street. Most of them, they don't have churches.
They don't have churches.
But you find them on the street, they just preaching on the street.
But they do help.
They're helping people. They preach on the street. That's their mission, that's their target. Preaching on the street. But you find out they don't have church, some of them. It's the evangelized, it's not the pastor that one.
It's not a pastor.
It's not the pastor, it's the evangelized.
What's that?
Evangelized.
What does it mean?
Evangelizing.
Like, it is maybe something like still in the process, something like that.
No, it's not in the process. It's it's a soul winning. Where you
actually, that is their mission.
Yeah, you preach outside the church, on the street, on the train, on the buses. Those pastors, that's their calling. They are called to do that.
That is their decision to do that actually.
Exactly.
Oh, I get it.
That's their calling. So if you force that person to be a prophet, they will say, I'm not called into this.
Prophet.
In prophecy, yes. I'm called in preaching to people.
Or they are just preaching the name of God.
Yes.
But they are not prophets.
Yes, some of them.
So they preach knowledge of God from books, from knowledge. Yeah,
they read the Bible and they preach what's written in the Bible. And they lead people to God using the Bible. Yes. So actually that's evangelize. We call that one evangelize. We deal with preaching outside the church. And then the pastors, most of them, you find them preaching on weddings. Those one are the one who are invited in weddings. It's very hard to find prophet in a wedding. Yes. So that's the difference between these offices.
Oh, there is a difference.
There
is a difference on calling.
On calling, but at the end of the day, they are preaching one message.
They are preaching, or they are talking about the same thing.
The same
the source.
All
exactly.
Of them. Exactly.
Okay.
That's only the difference.
That's the difference. I like that.
They believe in one God.
But
they believe in one message. But
maybe they preach differently.
Exactly.
They help differently.
Yeah.
Okay. you know, since we said that, like, someday, like, maybe we can talk about God, right? But we can talk about God in different ways. We can have different beliefs in God. So I would like us to talk a little bit on beliefs. Yeah, about beliefs. Actually, are the things that we believe true, or they are just beliefs?
You are saying the things that we believe are
Yeah,
true,
or they are just beliefs?
Some of the things that we believe, they are true. Some, it may be just a belief. I can say
just a belief.
Yeah, I can just say maybe some, it may be just a belief.
But I think everything is just a belief, isn't it?
You are saying that everything that we believe is not the truth.
No, it's not like I'm saying it's not the truth. Because if I say it's not the truth, it's now my conclusion.
Okay.
It's like maybe, let me just say, maybe I believe that you are a bad person.
Yeah.
Because of maybe someone told me a story about you.
Yeah.
That you know what, that guy is a very bad person. Now when I see you as a bad person. It's a conclusion because of what I've got.
Yeah.
So let me just say, before I get anything, before I get any belief, before I get any knowledge, before I get any program, what is there?
What is there?
What is there?
Before
Yeah.
That's impossible, you know. Because before there was human being, before there was animals, this knowledge was already there.
The knowledge was already there.
Yes.
Even before you were born, the knowledge
Before
was
I
there.
was born, before there was human being on earth.
Yes, the knowledge was there.
Yeah.
But you have not yet accumulated it.
Yeah.
Remember, there is a lot of knowledge here in this world. But there's some knowledge, even right now, I don't know about.
The day a human being was created,
Yeah.
that knowledge was there too.
It was also there.
Yeah, because God spoke and said, "Let there be light."
Yeah.
That light, it was, let there be knowledge.
Let there be knowledge.
That's
Let
why
there be wisdom of God.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let there be wisdom. Let there be knowledge. That's why a man can create an aeroplane,
Yeah, I get that.
because of the knowledge that was
It
given.
might be God,
Eh.
working through that person.
Exactly.
So like, what I want to know is that, like, let me just say, I'm just born. Remember, if I'm just born, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
There is no knowledge. There is no belief. There is nothing.
Okay.
Don't you think the way you are as a kid, you were not worthy enough to call yourself God? The time you were a kid,
Yeah.
you know how peaceful you were. Joyful, loving, no hater, no enemy, no problems.
Yes.
Don't you think being that makes you to qualify to be a God also?
No.
It doesn't.
It doesn't qualify to be God.
What's
When
the
I talk about God, we're talking about the Creator.
The Creator. But
Meaning that kids that is using subconscious mind
yeah,
is just, yes, part of God.
yeah.
So it doesn't qualify to be God. It can never reach that point. When
So
we're talking
if-
about God, it's just a part of God.
It's part of God.
We are gods, yes. Just
Yeah.
like if God has put the spirit in you,
Yeah.
that spirit belongs to God.
But if you say, I think it's the same thing. You say
You are just part,
I'm
you are not
part.
God.
But if I'm part of God, it's like okay, this leg is
Yeah.
part of me. All in all, isn't it me?
All in all.
All in all, the head
Yes.
is part of me. So all in all, isn't it fallen?
You are pollen all in all.
So
Meaning
Can I-
God, he took his part and he made pollen.
am I not that? No.
You
Okay,
understand
like,
what I'm saying?
God took his part.
And he
Or-
made you.
Or he made me. But
But-
I still remain God because that part itself is God.
We are not that almighty God. Yes, you
Unless
can
you
be
say
God. You
maybe.
can-
Okay, I think I might start thinking that I'm not God because when people start to tell me that I'm not good enough, I need that and this to be better, then I'll start to have to feel like I'm not enough. But as a kid, if you should have told me that you are God, Pauline, now I should have believed it because nothing is lacking.
listen.
So, yeah.
The more you grow up, knowing that you are God, there will reach a time where you ask yourself, why do they call me God? What is it that I am in the temple? That's why you will make a decision. That's why God will speak to you and remind you that you are His child, you are not God.
I get that one. Let's just go back a little bit. Do you know that when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
I didn't have insecurities. You know, it's obvious. Every child is free.
Yeah.
You know, the inner child, very, very free, no problems, just peace, no worries. But when I start to know, when I start to accumulate knowledge, when I start to go to school, I start to have different beliefs on me. I start to feel like I'm unworthy. But before I felt like I'm worthy. So the problem is not in the problem isn't it not in accumulating more. That makes me feel unworthy.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, like that, like now I start to believe that someone else is better. Isn't it that knowledge of knowing that someone else is better the problem?
Yes, knowing
Is the problem.
truth of knowing good and evil. That's where a problem starts.
The problem starts.
The problem started on knowing good and evil. Knowing good and evil. Knowing good and better and bad. That's where problem started.
Oh, it started there.
That's a foundation of the problem. And we cannot erase it now and say, I don't want to know, I want to erase this. No, you will be fooling yourself.
So
Because
actually,
that knowledge is already
already
planted.
there.
Yes.
So everything actually is already created.
It's already here. Yes.
It's already there. Even what we call time and
Yes.
everything is already there.
It's
the
already
beliefs are there.
It's already there.
But it's only in the mind. It's not there. It's only in the
there,
mind.
not just in the mind.
No,
You're
remember,
talking about what time?
even time of the knowledge of even the days of the week, time.
Those one where men, yes, men created that. Time.
It's a man-made.
When it's come to time,
Yeah, it's also a man-made.
yes, I can say time is a man-made. I can say calendars, it's a man-made.
But actually they don't
But-
exist.
But
Yeah.
they exist. Why am I
Where
saying this?
do they exist?
Somebody can, those old people, they can tell you the date, they can tell you end of the year because of checking the moon.
Checking the moon.
Checking the moon and interpreting.
It is also knowledge. Because in order to interpret that, to tell
It's
me,
a knowledge.
it is a knowledge.
It's a knowledge.
It has been made up.
That knowledge.
Yeah.
No, it's not. That knowledge is not
Or some-
man-made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or some it comes
Listen.
as a download.
They downloaded them
Yeah.
and they put a calendar. That's why there are times where trees falls, you know.
Yeah,
They
there's
know
a-
what the
it's a-
meaning of
it's
that.
Yeah, it's automated.
Exactly.
But I want to know, like, where does this knowledge of time exist? Isn't it this knowledge existing in my mind only?
The time.
Yeah.
No, it's here on earth.
No, it's
There
in
was
my
a
mind.
time. No, there was a time where there was no time. God operate outside the time.
Yeah.
Outside
Beyond
the time.
the time.
Beyond the time.
So we came with the time.
no, we
I mean-
came and we found the time here.
I mean, when I
God-
say we, I include us, all human beings.
Yeah, we found the time.
No, we humans, we created time. Like when I say we humans, I'm talking about like every human being. Maybe I could say the first human being.
We are,
All of us, we came with time.
yeah, we downloaded actually. We downloaded something that is already there. God already spoke time on earth.
On earth.
Yeah, he spoke a time. Okay, let me explain it this way so that
Yeah.
you can understand. There was a time where there's no light at all here on earth. The light that we are seeing here, there was no light at all. And then God spoke that light, saying, "Let there be light," and the light appeared. There was a time where there was no light.
Yeah.
And God spoke that light to existence. And God called that light night a day.
Yeah.
And He called a night. He called a darkness a night. He called a light a day. That's where a time started.
Who created that? Is it God or is it
God.
we humans?
It's a God.
It's
That-
God.
Yeah, there was no woman being by that time.
So God came with knowledge of day and night.
He spoke that, yeah, he spoke it to
Or
existence.
God put everything there. God put night and day.
Yes.
Then we started to name those things. Remember,
No,
it's us
we are not the one who named it. This one is God himself who named it.
who named day and night.
Yeah.
Remember, does God know English?
No.
So
Yes, he knows English. Listen, he knows every language.
He knows every language.
Yes.
So even actual English started by God.
Yes.
Even
Like in-
even my language Spedi started by God.
Yes. Why? Like it's interpretation of languages. You know.
But I don't think
words.
I don't
The
think
words are not created by human beings. Okay.
I don't think like God come up with languages. Because even me right now,
Yeah.
I can start a language. Let me just think I'm staying in forest, maybe with 3 people. Then maybe let me just say maybe those people don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
Then I try to make a plan on how we can communicate. You see, then I start to use maybe words to make each other to understand. So that is the start of the language. You see, then we start to use the language that I started to communicate.
It needs a backup, strong spirit there. You cannot just
No.
do it with your own knowledge that you got it.
No,
Some
I don't think it needs like
No.
it needs like
This-
It's like a belief. Even me right now, I can start a certain belief, and because that belief, I continue spreading it, and a lot of people start to believe it, and everyone else start to believe in that as true. But I just started it as a belief. It's like a song. You hear a song right now. Then you say, yo, you know what, guys, this song is not, you play it every day, and I'm always with you. You know I will start loving that song because
Yes.
you're always playing it.
Yes.
You see, it started as
okay.
a belief.